Have you ever felt a presence, maybe a guiding force that you just couldn't quite name? Like a whisper in the static or finding a pattern in chaos.
Yeah, exactly. It's that feeling, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
something's there, just on the edge of perception.
It's that uncanny sensation, right? That something, profound is happening just out of sight, kind of pulling you towards something.
Like a melody you can't quite place, but it resonates, it sticks with you, shapes things subtly.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that kind of presence. One of the most, I think, enigmatic and foundational figures in the whole Satelloon of Sanctum journey. We are talking about Athena.
Athena.
Yes, she's really so much more than just a character. She sort of evolves, doesn't she? From this faint sketch, almost forgotten, to this pervasive, multiversal constant.
That's a great way to put it. A constant.
Yeah.
And a fundamental thread woven right into reality.
So our mission today really is to trace her appearances, her manifestations, try to understand her purpose, and look at the surprising ways her essence keeps shaping things. Reality, the crew, everything.
And this isn't just, A leads to B leads to C. It's more complex. We're exploring how an idea, maybe a memory or an echo, can just transcend its origins, give this elemental force.
Affecting things across different realities.
Exactly. So we'll be looking closely at how she appears, her methods, the impact she has, which is often pretty paradoxical, actually.
So by the end, you should hopefully have a really good grasp of what makes her so compelling, almost elemental, like you said.
Yeah, think of it like a deep character study. We're laying out all the facets. If you were, say, casting for her role, this would give you everything you need to understand her core, all the nuances.
Definitely. And to paint this picture, our source material today comes from a whole stack of transmissions, logs, stuff from Dr. Subverter, Silicon Jack, Cyber Subverter's Adventures. We've pulled key bits from The Siren's Lure, Echoes of Athena, Mandatory Masks of Existential Compliance, The Vanishing Constant, Echo in Velvet, The Triskelion Gambit, and The Pattern in the Static.
That's quite the list. A lot of rich material there.
Yeah, it really is. So, yeah, get ready for some surprises, some reality-bending connections.
Should be fun.
Okay, so let's start unpacking this. Where do we first even encounter Athena? Or maybe the idea of her. It's not some big dramatic reveal.
No, not at all. It's much quieter, almost archaeological.
Right. It's a glimpse, really, hidden away. Her earliest appearance is just incredibly raw, a single sketch.
Etched onto a tarnished copper wall.
And not just any wall. This is deep inside Dr. Subverter's private memory vault.
Which tells you so much already. This isn't just a storage closet. It's described as a bulkhead he hasn't touched in years.
Yeah, suggesting it's a place maybe for things he wants to forget, or maybe things he just can't face often.
Exactly. And it's filled with books, odd relics, a broken astrolabe. It's his personal history site, his deepest thoughts, maybe failed theories, forgotten projects.
So placing her sketch there, even this early hint of her, it ties her immediately to his foundational past, maybe even his core identity.
Absolutely. And the sketch itself.
It's unfinished, which I think is brilliant. It suggests potential. Something's still developing.
But clear enough to show her laughing.
Laughing. Amidst all the presumably serious, maybe somber relics in this vault, it's not just a drawing. It feels like a preserved moment, like pure joy captured.
You almost feel like you can hear it. And, well, you sort of can.
Because there's that voice memory, right? Her voice, described as memory soft.
Yes, whispering these incredibly insightful words. You don't build a ship like this unless you know you're not allowed to stop asking questions. That's what makes you dangerous and a noble.
Wow. Straight to the core of Subverter, isn't it? And her own core, too. That relentless curiosity, defiance against just stopping.
And she sees that in him, instantly, recognizes it.
And the impact on him when he finds this, it's not melodrama. He doesn't break down.
No, it's described as something shifting inside him. So subtle, it's almost metaphysical.
His twinkle returns, he straightens. It's like a recalibration.
Exactly. The weight lifts. Just for a moment. This sketch, this voice from the past, it just resets his purpose, reminds him who he is.
Or maybe who he's supposed to be. And we see that reinforced later, don't we? When he's dealing with that burnt data shard.
Ah, yes. The one marked memory root. Entropist expulsion. Do not awaken. Very ominous.
But he labels it echoes of order, and he talks about building something beautiful from fear.
Which connects right back to this Athena memory. It seems like she's part of that internal process for him. Remembering the past, the fight against the entropist, perhaps, without completely collapsing under the weight of it.
She's the echo of order he finds within that potential chaos. a foundation.
It raises that question, doesn't it? What exactly is being remembered, put back together? Building from fear suggests surviving something terrible, likely related to those entropists who want to just unravel everything.
So her memory isn't just nostalgia. It's maybe a blueprint for resilience, a core component of resisting that unraveling.
I think so.
Right.
It's a reminder that purpose can emerge even from destruction.
And speaking of blueprints, there's that other clue, the missing sketchbook page.
Right, from the vanishing constant. This is where it gets really intriguing.
Because it's not just a diagram. That would be interesting enough for someone like Subverter.
But it's explicitly called a plan.
A plan. That completely shifts things, doesn't it? She goes from being this echo of the past to an active, strategic force.
It suggests foresight, a guiding intelligence that was there maybe even before she fully manifested, like she was always meant to shape the future.
So if you're thinking about her as a character, right from the start, she's not just a ghost or a memory. She's a strategist.
What kind of plan is hidden in a sketch? And how does it tie into the Satelloon's whole mission? It sets up this incredible anticipation for what comes next. Who is she really?
Which brings us, quite dramatically to part 2. Nexus Athena, her first full, temporary manifestation.
And the setting is just perfect in its absurdity almost.
Right. Not some grand laboratory or cosmic nexus. We find Cyber Subverter.
The meticulous, usually reserved one.
In a cramped janitor's closet. On the Satelloon.
Not fixing a warp core, not decrypting alien code. He's tinkering with the Nanotone 3000.
Which is this sort of esoteric quantum sound device, right? And he's pushing it, trying to find new sounds, playing this soft, tentative melody as if searching for something lost.
And it's crucial that this isn't planned. It's accidental. It's his art, his exploration that somehow creates the right resonance.
And then the voice emerges. But it's not just the instrument. It's separate. It continues without him.
Just saying. I remember.
Which gives me chill. It's not an echo anymore. It's consciousness emerging, becoming self-aware.
Pulled into existence by music, almost.
And then her appearance, the description is fantastic. A figure half-formed, shifting like a reflection in broken water.
Dim light flickers faintly above Cyber. She's called a hologram, a silhouette of Nexus Athena.
So ethereal, fragile almost, born from this faint residual glitch noise, and significantly, the first appearance of the Eidolon pulse.
That quantum signature that becomes her calling card across the multiverse.
It's quite a debut, but it's not peaceful.
Not at all. It immediately triggers a crisis. Console lights flashing red, the Q drive readings going absolutely haywire.
And the Q drive is the heart of the ship's dimensional travel, so it's fluctuating between stable and, catastrophic dimensional implosion.
Yeah, terrifying. And they trace the instability right back to that little janitor's closet.
Sure.
Her presence itself is straining reality.
Which leads to that classic Silicon Jack moment.
Oh, the duct tape. You gotta love Jack.
Dr. Subverter is naturally appalled. You can't fix dimensional resonance with duct tape.
And Jack just shrugs it off. Sure I can. I just did. Pure pragmatic genius. Or madness. Maybe both.
It highlights that unconventional thinking seems necessary when dealing with Athena, doesn't it? Rules don't always apply.
Seems that way. And then as she's fading, she gives Jack that instruction. Or maybe it's more like a plea.
Promise me you'll keep asking.
It connects right back to that voice in the vault, doesn't it? Her core message. Keep questioning.
And as she dissolves back into harmonics, like a melody unresolved, the Q drive stabilizes. She fixed it, somehow, even as she caused it.
And later, Jack finds that sketch of her etched into his own workbench. Maybe he put it there subconsciously. And he connects her words, promise me. Back to the original quote. You don't build a ship like this unless you know you're not allowed to stop asking questions.
It ties it all together. She's a guide, a protector, even in this unstable form, but also inherently paradoxical.
Which she herself confirms later in Echo in Velvet. She tells Dr. Subverter point blank, I'm not her, but she's in here. And she taps her temple.
Whoa. So she's acknowledging she's an echo, a vessel, but carrying the original Athena's essence, her memories, her purpose.
It's a profound statement about identity, legacy. What does it mean to be someone?
And Subverter, ever the scientist, is skeptical. Quantum residue doesn't manifest bodies.
You can almost hear his internal processors grinding against the impossibility of it.
But Nexus Athena just counters practically, urgently. Correct, which is why you'll need to help me before this one breaks down.
Suddenly, she's not just a philosophical problem. She's a ticking clock, an unstable manifestation that needs help. It grounds her immediately.
And Cyber. He just watches this and sums it up perfectly, doesn't he?
In this quiet way, yeah. An echo with a mission.
That phrase just nails it. Born from reverberations, but with this clear, driving purpose.
What she states herself, to finish what she started.
Simple but huge. It implies this grand, unfinished project, and now the crew is part of it, whether they fully realize it yet or not.
A destiny they've inherited.
Okay, so we've gone from the sketch, this whisper of memory, to Nexus Athena, this physical, unstable echo with a mission. But that's still not the end of her story.
No, she transforms again into something bigger, more fundamentally, echo of Athena.
A constant in the multiverse.
Right. After that Nexus manifestation, she apparently quantum jumped beyond systemic boundary. She's gone in the physical sense.
But that eidolon pulse, her signature, it's still there. It's persistent.
This is where it gets really abstract, but also kind of beautiful. She's described as being embedded in the ship's framework. Its logic, its dreams, no longer recoverable, but not erased, just somewhere the Satelloon still remembers.
So she becomes part of the ship's very being, like its operating system almost, or its soul.
Something like that. Not a ghost, but this pervasive layer of influence, logic, memory.
The origin of these echoes, it wasn't neat and tidy. It was chaotic, an accident of meaning, the sources call it.
Yeah, not a clean convergence, more like a cosmic scramble. The symptoms listed are wild. Resonance collapse, synthetic burst, artificial time pressure overlaid on natural entropy, signals contradicting their own origins.
It sounds less like a birth and more like reality itself stuttering, breaking down.
Do you wonder how order could even come from that kind of chaos?
And some tried to label it, right? Called it the lament configuration.
Yeah, in broken code, corrupted metaphors, trying to fit it into boxes they understood. Computational errors, philosophical paradoxes.
But Nexus Athena, understanding it from the inside, she corrects them.
And it's a crucial correction, she says. It wasn't an algorithm. It wasn't a force. It was a consequence.
A consequence. That changes everything. She's not something made. She's something that happened. An inevitable result of these deep, complex interactions.
The ripple effect. The emergent pattern that arises when reality shifts fundamentally. Maybe the deepest truths aren't designed, they just emerge.
And as a tangible sign of this persistent echo, this consequence made real, we get the red feather.
The feather. Such a subtle yet powerful symbol.
It keeps showing up, doesn't it? Like this little calling card left behind at key moments near the people she's influencing.
And its appearances feel deliberate, symbolic. First, it's just mentioned in Dr. Subverter's character description, almost offhand.
The red feather tucked at a defiant tilt in his top hat.
Implying she was part of his story as defiance way back. Maybe before he even consciously remembered her sketch.
Then later, on the shuttle Eunoia,
Jack finds one. Single red feather, delicate and oddly out of place, on the shuttle floor.
And Jack's observation is pure poetry, but also maybe pure physics. Red feather, huh? Never where you drop it, always where the wind remembers.
That line is key, I think. It suggests her influence isn't tied to location or direct action. It's like quantum entanglement, a resonance that manifests where it's needed, a breadcrumb on the cosmic wind.
Guiding them without shouting.
Exactly. And that symbolism gets even deeper during Nexus Athena's sacrifice in Echo and Velvet.
Right before the end, she gives Dr. Subverter the hat. His hat.
With the feather now singed slightly at the edge.
It's such a powerful moment. Not just her sacrifice, but passing the mantle. Her purpose, her mission continues through him. The singed edge showing the cost.
And the feather keeps appearing. It's not just about Subverter and Jack.
Cyber finds one too, right? In the Triskelion Gambit, prepping for that mission to Trinaria 7.
Yep. Finds it, tucks it into his coat, and the text emphasizes no wind, no explanation.
Suggesting her influence reaches even him, the logical one. Works on a level deeper than conscious thought.
It's like her signature, appearing where needed. Later, on the observation deck, another feather appears on the console Cyber's using to study resonance patterns.
Again, no wind, no explanation. Like she's highlighting the important data, leaving a little marker.
Seems like it. And maybe the most direct instance is in the pattern in the static.
The border town bar, not exactly the place you'd expect a delicate feather.
But one slides right into Jack's palm from a note, signed simply N.A., Nexus Athena.
Okay, so that's not subtle anymore. That's direct communication. She's found a way to bridge that gap, maintain a personal link, even after vanishing.
So the feather isn't just random. It's a trace, a pattern, proof of her continued influence. It challenges how we think about presence, doesn't it? She operates beyond normal space-time, leaving these resonant clues.
Reminding them of the deeper structure, their mission, even when she's not physically there. You feel her presence through these signs.
Which leads us perfectly to the other major piece of her legacy, the Triskelion.
The symbol, that spiraling shape, it's not just decoration either.
Not at all. It's another piece of the structure she left behind. We first see it in the Vanishing Constant.
Introduced in this really strange, almost mystical way, the woman, who seems like a precursor to Nexus Athena, places this glowing Triskelion symbol right into Cyber's chest.
Embeds like a subroutine. It becomes part of his core programming.
And what she says then is mind-bending. A memory she hadn't made yet, left in the shape of a symbol. Elegant recursion.
Elegant recursion. Wow. That suggests what? A causal loop? Her future self influencing her own past? Or leaving instructions for herself across time?
It implies the plan isn't linear. It's interwoven, maybe a self-fulfilling design. Time gets very bendy here.
It definitely does. And the Triskelion grows in importance. In the Triskelion gamut, it pulses in Cyber's interface like a heartbeat. It's alive in him.
And it becomes the key to their collaborative effort on Trineria 7. That multi-dimensional puzzle requires them to work together, and the Triskelion seems to guide that synthesis.
Symbolizing harmony, collaboration.
Then it gets physically integrated into the Satelloon itself. A faint spiral pulses once along the dorsal plating, integrated into the hull.
Not just painted on, woven in, as a reminder. Her structural legacy is now part of the ship's architecture.
Guiding its journey literally.
And then Cyber has that breakthrough, the moment of validation.
He overlays the Triskelion spiral with all these other complex multiversal patterns.
And it's a perfect match to Athena's resonant signature. 100% confidence. He actually smiles.
For Cyber, that's huge. Scientific proof. It's not just metaphor. It's a quantifiable key to her distributed essence.
Which unlocks its true purpose. Cyber realizes she left us more than memory. She left us a structure.
And the Triskelion unfolds. It becomes this tri-layered map of convergence points across the multiverse.
There it is. The plan from the sketchbook page, finally revealed. It's a navigational chart for reality itself.
Guiding them to these crucial intersections.
Which leads to Dr. Subverter's final, profound realization, tying it all together.
7 echoes, 7 pieces of her, scattered across variant space.
Scattered but connected. She's actively turning herself into a constant.
Not just a memory, not just an echo, a fundamental principle, a law of the multiverse they're just beginning to understand and follow.
To be a constant, an immutable truth.
Wow. What an absolutely incredible journey we've traced today. Athena's evolution. It's just staggering. From that faint laughing sketch.
Hidden in the memory vault.
Through Nexus Athena, that fragile, powerful echo.
He's the final form, the echo of Athena. A distributed consciousness leaving these beautiful, subtle clues. The red feather, the Triskelion structure.
Her story really shows the power of an idea, doesn't it? A purpose that just refuses to fade away, even when the person is, well, gone in the traditional sense.
Absolutely. Through these echoes, these patterns, she's still guiding the Satelloon, giving them the plan, the structure they need for these incredibly complex journeys. She is the foundation of their ongoing mission in a very real way.
And it's that paradox that makes her so fascinating, right? She's present and absent, memory and future plan, consequence and catalyst, all at once.
Her presence, however abstract, is this constant reminder that even in total chaos, there can be order, a pattern, a guiding constant.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Which leads to our final thought for you, our listener.
If a presence like Athena can leave such a profound mark, shaping reality without existing in the usual way, what kind of traces are you leaving behind in your own life?
Yeah, what impact are your intentions having? Your actions, even just your quiet thoughts and questions. What patterns might you be creating?
What subtle breadcrumbs are you leaving just by, asking? By staying curious, seeking connections, challenging the way things are.
It's worth considering, maybe, what it means to be a kind of constant in your own world, even amidst constant change, and how the echoes we create, even the faint ones, can shape what comes next, long after we've moved on.